up, everybody, to the nations worldwide? This is the Travel Couple Podcast, where we introduce you to couple travelers who offer their advice on how you can travel the world together while earning money, living that digital nomad lifestyle. We are your hosts, Mike Pletz and
Natalie.
Tune in every Wednesday as we interview couples living a digital nomad lifestyle, traveling the world while earning an income. Get relationship advice about being on the road with your significant other. Listen how others struggle and thrive in their personal and business lives while traveling the world. This is your one-stop podcast for travel, relationship, and business goals. This month, we're diving into the world of travel blogging, so be sure to check out our travel blogging tutorial in our podcast. Or you can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/tothenationsworldwide. Click the like button and join our Jack of all trades guide to creating a travel blog, where we take you step by step, making a travel blog, creating a website, choosing a niche, to writing content, gaining exposure, and monetizing your blog. In today's episode, we talk with travel bloggers James and Sarah of The Whole World or Nothing, thewholeworldornothing.com, facebook.com/thewholeworldor. They talk about being busy on the road, missing their wedding anniversary, deciding to start a travel blog, and remaining active on social media. I should apologize in advance for this audio quality. It is not the best, as the call cut out a couple of times. You can still make out everything in the interview, just know that it does cut out at times, but there's still lots of great value in this interview. So without wasting any more of your time, here's our interview with James and Sarah. Today we are joined by James and Sarah of The Whole World or Nothing. James and Sarah are a couple from the UK who dreaded the 9 to 5 and the Monday morning doom, so they decided to make travel a reality in their lives. You can find them traveling the world at www.thewholeworldornothing.com.
Hello, James and Sarah. Welcome to the show.
So before we get started, guys, I just want to say, James, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
I heard
Thanks. It was my birthday a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was just at the end of July there. So what did you get up to for your birthday?
So, we're in Mexico at the moment. We went to, it's a place called Xochimilco, which is in Mexico City. It's called the Venice of Mexico, because there's a ton of canals, and there's loads of boats going up and down and stuff. So we went there for the day, and yeah, we had a really good day out.
Yeah, it was good. And the weather's been terrible as well in Mexico recently, but it was a really sunny day, so we got lucky.
Great, nice, beautiful. So let us get started with the interview.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so how did you guys meet?
So it's a massive cliche, actually. I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar, and it was just happened to be the bar that Jay used to
I used to go in quite a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
Quite a lot. By quite a lot, we're talking like twice a day.
It was right next to where I used to work.
Oh, yeah.
I used to pop down for lunch and then maybe afterwards for a drink.
That I was working on.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, things just progressed from there, I suppose. That's how we met.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That was, how long ago was that?
It was about 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, 8 or 9 years ago.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice. So I couldn't find. Are you guys married or?
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
We got married 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's funny that you asked that actually, because we actually missed our wedding anniversary this year. We completely forgot about it.
No way.
Both of us. We were working so hard.
No kidding.
But we just completely overlooked it. And then we were reminded by our family kind of sending us well wishes for it and stuff like that.
Oh, no way.
So yeah, we've been married for just over 2 years.
Wow, congrats, guys. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Did you guys have a destination wedding, or did you do that back in the UK?
We had a really small ceremony back in the UK because we didn't want a massive wedding, but we wanted to get married, so it was just us two and my sister and her husband that were our witnesses, and we didn't tell our family until afterwards.
Oh, wow.
It was a bit of an elopement.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we kind of did it with a secret.
Nice. Very cool.
Not for any reason, we just didn't want the fuss.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, so why did you guys decide to start a travel blog and start traveling the world?
The travel blog kind of came second, didn't it, to deciding to travel.
Yeah.
So we saved up with the idea of going travelling for a year initially, and that was in November 2015,
Yeah.
when we set off first of all. And yeah, we just kind of started a travel blog to update family and friends, and we didn't really take it seriously to start with, did we? It was just kind of a...
No, it wasn't actually something that I even wanted to do.
No,
to
you
be honest.
didn't.
I thought it would really take away from the actual travels, you know, if we were spending a lot of time updating it and
Right.
stuff like that. But Sarah was really into the idea, and she'd read quite a few travel blogs as well. And I guess as soon as we set off and started doing it, it just became kind of natural, and it was it's something that we both really got into.
Yeah, we both enjoyed learning about it before we started. It's just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, so things have been going good with everything, and you guys decide to travel the world. Was this after the wedding, or before the wedding, during the wedding?
It was afterwards. So we already knew we were going travelling, and we were already saving at the time. And yeah, I think it was about 6 months afterwards, wasn't it, that we set off.
Yeah. So we'd made the decision to go travelling maybe 2 years beforehand. And then, we'd started saving up, and then we got married, and then about 6 months later, we actually went.
Yeah.
Great, nice.
So the plan was to just be away for a year, and it's about 18 months now.
Yeah.
Coming up, and we're not planning on stopping. So.
No stopping, eh? Yeah.
No, not yet.
Yeah. So this was just our little intro here to get to know you guys a bit better, but let's jump into our first part here where we like to, get to know a bit more of your travels. So first question, where were you last? Where are you right now, which we've already heard, and where are you traveling to next?
So we were last in the UK. So we were back for a few months, just catching up with friends and family and breaking the news to them that we were going to be continuing to travel. And we came to Mexico about 6 weeks, 2 months ago now. So we're in Mexico City at the minute, and we're going to be travelling around Mexico for the next 8 months. And I don't know where we're going next. Do you?
No, we don't really plan that far ahead, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've got 8 months here, as Sarah said. So that's kind of enough of a plan for the time being. And
you got
we'll
a
just
lot
see
of time
afterwards.
Yeah. Our bucket list just keeps getting longer and longer, so it's hard to choose. But it'll be a different country, somewhere else.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing for housing while you're in Mexico for 8 months?
So at the moment we are in an Airbnb. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I think that's probably what we're going to do for most of the time. Mexico City's got some great Airbnbs. But we're not really that picky. We're happy to stay in hotels, hostels, just whatever is.
We kind of see what the best value is, don't we? And not necessarily the cheapest, but the best value.
Yeah.
And we're trying to learn Spanish at the minute as well. So we've rented a room in someone else's house, and they only speak Spanish, so it's kind of forcing us to interact with them in Spanish. So that was the reason that we're staying here at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Nice.
Have you guys learned Spanish before?
No. So we've just finished a 4-week intensive, well, it was intensive for us, program, where we went to school 5 days a week, and then we had homework as well.
Yeah.
So we know a lot more than we did, but we still got a long way.
We kind of knew bits and pieces because we've travelled around South America for about 5 or 6 months a couple of years ago. And, you know, I studied a little bit at school. I think I did a year, but it was to fill the time rather than actually wanting to learn the language at the time. So this is completely different. You know, we've both thrown ourselves into it, and we really want to get to the stage where we're actually fluent. So
nice.
That's part of the reason why we're here for quite a long time as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, great. When you guys are like in Mexico, I'm just wondering all of a sudden like why you guys chose Mexico among any other countries, and you decided to like stay there like for 8 months.
There's a couple of reasons. So last year, when we were travelling, we moved quite quickly, and we already had quite a lot booked in advance. So we already had flights booked to leave from Colombia to China. And as much as we absolutely love China, it's one of our, we weren't ready to leave Latin America, were we?
No.
And we didn't want to go back to a country that we'd been to, but we still knew we wanted to come back to kind of this side of the world. And yeah, just slowing down. So we weren't working at the time, but now we're working. We have to travel more slowly to be able to see stuff.
Yeah, and cost was quite a big consideration in it for us as well.
Yeah.
So we wanted somewhere where we would be able to live well, but, you know, for a lower price, basically.
Right.
So for us, kind of Mexico, in terms of the exchange rate and stuff, was quite good when we were looking at it. And it's somewhere where we can kind of build up our business, which is what we're doing at the moment. But we're still able to live a really good, you know, level of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we're kind of saving money as well.
And
sure.
it's massive.
Yeah.
There's so much to do here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like, I don't think I never like kind of appreciate how big the country is until we even got here. I don't think.
And also, when we were actually researching where to go next, there was a real glut, a ton of blog posts that we just read that just kept popping up in our feeds that was all about Mexico.
Yeah, like, go to Mexico. It
just seemed like a bit of time for us. It was the logical place to go.
Nice. So just to clarify, whereabouts are you guys in Mexico?
We're in Mexico City right now.
Yeah, in Condesa.
Yeah.
But we've been kind of moving around every couple of weeks, haven't we? So we've been staying in different neighbourhoods to kind of get a feel for different areas of the city.
Yeah, so we stayed in the historical centre Histórico, and also in Roma.
Nice. So, continuing along here, since you guys have left on this 18-month journey, what has been the most rewarding traveling experience together?
Go on, you tell it, because I'll tell a really long version of it.
So, probably the most rewarding experience that we had was in China, and we were going to visit the Great Wall of China, and we decided that we wanted to do it all by ourselves. We didn't want to go on a tour, so we researched it. We found out how to get there by bus, and you know, it was, well, hopefully all going to be okay. Anyway, we got on the bus, and someone told us to get off early, and it turns out that he was a taxi driver, and he was trying to make us get into his cab. So,
and we were nowhere near the Great Wall.
We got off very early. So it was an obvious scam, and afterwards we found out that it's quite a common one as well.
Yeah.
But we didn't know at the time. And so anyway, we decided that rather than getting his cab, we were going to start walking.
Well, Jay was adamant that we weren't getting his cab, even if we were walking 15 miles. That's it, we were walking.
Yeah, the guy had annoyed me quite. So we set off walking, and we must have been walking for about an hour, and we were getting nowhere.
We didn't know where we were so lost.
Yeah, we were completely lost. And basically we just came across this kid. He was about 14 or 15, and he was a school kid. He was in his school uniform, and he basically said to us, you know, where do you want to go? What are you doing? Because we were in the middle of nowhere. And he paid for a cab for us to go to the Great Wall of China. It was about 20 minutes away from where we were.
He wouldn't take the money from us. That's
Wouldn't accept any money. He came in the cab with us to the actual site, and then he walked us right up to the place where we got tickets. He actually communicated with the person, and then he walked us right up to the bus, which then shuttled us.
It was just on his lunch break.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was really incredible because he was such a young kid.
Yeah, and it just kind of made us appreciate that we kind of had a bad experience with someone, and you kind of on a bit of a downer that you think people are out to get you, and then you have like complete opposite of experiences, and it was just something that we won't forget.
Absolutely, completely restored our faith.
Yeah, it's always nice the people that you meet and their generosity on their travels, and you will make those bad people that do try to scam you, but it's those other people, the generous ones, that really turn your trip around for the better.
Right. And the thing is, the people that you meet who do try and scam you, it's so few and far between.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not worth letting it, ruin your kind of travels at all, or put you off. But to have that happen in such quick succession was just amazing, really.
Yeah, for sure. So, just to turn this on to another note, we've all had them. They've all happened to us. It happens when you're traveling. But I want to ask you, the two of you, what was your most awkward, embarrassing, or maybe even hilarious travel experience?
It's probably the same one for both of us. I don't know. I'll tell you first, and then you can say.
Go for it.
So when we were in China, we'd been on an overnight sleeper train, and it wasn't the cleanest of carriages, let's say, and I must have picked up a bug or something. And when we got off the train, we were walking to the hostel, and I started being sick. So we were just rushing to get to the hostel, just to get there. And we finally got there, and we were just waiting to get our room keys and stuff. And I projectile vomited just over the whole of the hostel reception.
Oh, no.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
The hostel staff was so lovely about it, but this is why I think that it might be the most embarrassing thing for Jay as well, because he actually tried to catch it.
Oh no.
We were both just covered in sick. It's so disgusting.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Moving on to the next part of our podcast here. We're trying to get couples to travel the world together, trying to inspire them here. So just jumping to our next question, what is the best destination that you two have been together, and it's good for couples?
I think probably the one that we felt was best for both of us was the Cambodian islands that we visited.
Yeah, it was amazing there.
They were just really kind of laid back, really nice vibe on them. The sunsets were absolutely incredible. So it was quite romantic. And just being on the beach, I think, there's something really special about that as a couple.
Yeah, we really got into the island life, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they had, there was this like bioluminescent plankton that was like in the water. So on a night time you could go skinny dipping in the water. Well, you could go with your clothes if you want, but we'd had a couple of rums, so you can just go in and swim around, and it's just magical, isn't it? I've not experienced anything like that anywhere
they call
else.
it Swimming with the Stars, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what it's like. There's just thousands and thousands of it's almost like fireflies, but in the water.
Yeah.
Those are the pictures that you see with like the blue glowing in the water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
I've always thought that they doctored them somehow.
Yeah.
On Photoshop or something like that, but it's absolutely not. That's exactly what it is like.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah, it was magical there.
Huh.
Yeah, we'd recommend that.
When you guys go traveling together, who takes care of what as far as the planning goes?
So we both have different roles. I usually do more of the booking, so flights and hotels or Airbnbs or whatever it is. So accommodation, flights, any travel related stuff, that's me.
Yeah.
And then I normally do kind of the day-to-day stuff, so the kind of like the activities that we're going to do in each place and what experiences we wanna have, and kind of researching what's going on with those. Mm-hmm. I'm terrible at directions, so I can't. I'm not the person to navigate between hotel. It's just not me. So that responsibility falls today. I got lost on the way to Spanish school last week, and I'd already been there like 10 times.
And it's a straight road.
That's the great thing about traveling as a couple too, is that you lean on each other's strengths, right?
Yeah, you guys complement each other.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other advice for couple travelers out there?
I think that would probably be it. Actually, would be to figure out your strengths, because we didn't really know before we didn't. Before we started traveling what our strengths were in terms of the aspects of travel. But once you figure that out, and you kind of appreciate the other person a bit more for it as well. Right. Because I don't have the patience to trawl through thousands of articles and read the whole guidebook to figure out what to do in a certain place. But that's something that I think Sarah actually really enjoys.
Yeah.
But I love finding a deal, so I can go through hundreds of different kind of flights and trains or whatever it is to find the best fare. So, yeah, I'd definitely say figure out what you're best at and appreciate the other person for it.
Yeah, but I think it's important you both have something as well, because even if one person's like way better at planning or better at like they like detail and stuff like that, it can be quite easy to kind of like shirk the responsibility off onto them. But you don't want, because you're going to come to resent that if they're just kind of on holiday the whole time and you're the one doing all the planning.
Yeah, but also I think it's no fun for the other person if they don't feel like they're involved. If they feel like
of course, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So, I think just for both of you to be absolutely as involved as you can.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah. All right, on to our last part of the podcast. This is where we move on from inspiring couples to travel the world together to inspiring them to make this their part of their lifestyle, to get away from the 9 to 5. So we want to talk a bit about your website and your blog. Who takes care of the blog, the writing, the photography, the video, and the social media channels?
I guess we're quite unusual for blogging couples.
We are, yeah.
In that we both do a bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
We both write. That's probably the main passion that both of us have in terms of the blog. We both take photographs. When it comes to social media, Sarah deals with more of that. I'm not really a social media person. I've never used it personally either for myself. So,
But we kind of switch it up, don't we, as well? Like if one of us, because we're working, if one of us has got more deadlines and stuff to do, then we can both. It's quite. It's nice that it's fluid, that we can kind of move stuff around, so that stuff still gets done, right?
Yeah, I mean we're both capable of doing everything, but I guess we both prefer just doing the writing and the photography, and then the other stuff kind of comes along with it.
Yeah, it fits in around it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, how do you guys go about getting traffic to your website, getting subscribers to your email list and followers to your social media? Is there any advice you can share with any travel couples out there?
I guess it's just being active on social media all the time, which is hard. But once you kind of get into a rhythm with it, and you start making connections with people, it gets a lot easier, I think, because you want to be on there talking to people, and it's not like work as such. It's just more like having a chat with your mates.
Yeah, absolutely. The travel blogging community is really friendly and it's huge.
Yeah.
So it is exactly like that.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of we publish two blog posts a week. That's kind of like our aim that we try to do, and then we share that out across social media. We have a newsletter as well that we send out once a week. But because we're freelance writers, our blog is basically our portfolio, so we try to keep it up to date as much as possible.
Yeah.
As well.
In terms of actually driving traffic, the biggest things for us are Pinterest.
By far, yeah.
And SEO, so search engine
yeah.
optimization.
Okay.
Which we didn't know anything about before we started travel blogging.
No, we learned the hard way on that
Yeah,
one.
we've got quite a few blogs now, like a few posts like coming onto the first page of Google. So
Yeah,
awesome.
I think as new travel bloggers, I think Pinterest and SEO are things you want to concentrate on, because things like Facebook and Twitter, they're fun, but they don't, for us anyway, they don't drive a lot of traffic to our website at all.
No, they've got quite a short lifespan, I guess, the posts on Twitter and Facebook, whereas with Pinterest, it's permanent, it's always there.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you produce evergreen content that people are always going to be interested in, then it's just continually getting pinned.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly the same thing. It's really easy, not to actually learn about it and to start practicing it, but once you get the hang of it, it's really easy to pick up traffic that way, because you write about things that you know that people are interested in, and you make sure that it gets ranked higher in Google.
Right. Nice. So, I mean, I see you guys have lots of articles about tips for traveling and all your travels. Have you guys tried to get into creating your own product and marketing that, or are you guys for now sticking with your blog and going that route?
We've looked at products and courses and things like that, but it's not something that we're looking to kind of implement at the moment. What we're trying to do right now is to start building up our affiliates, because we really want to kind of create something that doesn't take as much work, if that makes sense. So, with affiliates, I guess the business comes to you, and that kind of goes to station as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely something that we'd look at further down the line.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we've only been freelance writing for just over a year now, so we're quite new at that, but we want to kind of, move away from the amount of clients that we have, I suppose, to kind of focus more on our blog, because it can sometimes be a bit of a balancing act that you're getting paid 500 words to write an article for a client, and you're not getting paid anything directly to write a post for your own blog. So it's tough balancing that sometimes, isn't it? So we kind of want to create more time, I suppose, to focus on the blog and see where that goes, because it's still really young.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
That's great, yeah. So as far as freelance writing, that's a great way to make money while you're on the road, right? Especially if writing is something you're passionate about. What kind of advice can you give travel couples about getting clients and writing while you're on the road?
Well, I think as Sarah said earlier, the thing for us is that our blog is our portfolio. Where to start is to really try and get some great content on your own site, and make sure that it's grammatically correct and all that kind of stuff, so that when people look at it, they're not put off. And then from there, what we did was to start approaching people in terms of guest blogging, and that's a really great way to get your name out there and to kind of get in front of a wider audience. So we looked at a number of the really big players in the industry, and we basically just approached them and just asked them if we could write for their site. And it's surprising, actually, how many people come back with a yes. But I don't think we had any no's.
We didn't have any no's, no.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so we're part of a couple of writing teams, aren't we, for bigger blogs that have teams of writers, which has come about directly through guest posting. So we do write a lot of other things that are, so we write for a construction blog and for an interior design blog, and a language website, and those have come about through Upwork. So it's not very, I don't know, it depends who you ask in terms of its reputation, but once you can kind of get a few clients going on there and you build up a good rapport with them, they'll often come back to you for further projects, which is what's happened for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, guest blogging and Upwork. That's our two top tips.
Gotcha. Perfect. So then, what's next for the whole world or nothing? What do you guys What are you guys focusing on right now? What are you looking forward to in the future?
So right now we're basically trying to build up the traffic on our website, and as I said before, start implementing affiliate links a bit more effectively, so that we can, I guess, cross over from earning the majority of our income from freelancing to earning the majority of our income directly through the blog. And we know that it's not going to be easy and it's not going to kind of happen overnight, but that's really where our focus is, to, I guess, cut down the amount of work that we're doing for other people and increase the amount.
One last thing, I know I saw you guys are really active on social media accounts like Twitter and Facebook. You guys keep your blog updated. What about your YouTube? Is that something that you guys are starting to get into more?
We've just started recently, haven't we? Been a bit more active on it. Basically, we've been filming videos the whole time since we've been travelling, but it's just it takes a long time to edit them, and it can be, like we say, in terms of working, it's not something that you're directly getting paid for. So it is something that we want to spend more time on, because we've got such a backlog of videos to kind of catch up on and edit, haven't we?
Yeah.
But we did the 96-mile hike in Scotland while we were back in England, and we filmed all of that, and that was really good fun, wasn't it? And we had fun editing it as well, so we've kind of like got the feel good vibe back about YouTube, because it sometimes just feels like a bit of a hard slog.
Absolutely, but it's definitely a growth area.
For sure, yeah.
You know, that's what you see. No matter what social media you're on, I guess it's all over Facebook and videos, and I think there's also a fair amount of promotional and I guess a fair amount of money in YouTube as well. But it takes a while to build up your audience, I guess. So
for sure. Yeah.
We're really just getting started on that.
Yeah, we are. We've not got a big following on there at all. But we used to be really nervous as well about kind of speaking in front of the camera and videoing ourselves, and it took a while to get over that, I think, didn't it? That we'd be doing like 10 takes and we were like, come on, let's just like get on this.
For sure. Yeah.
But we're a lot better at that now, aren't we? We're just kind of like, right, one take, let's go, that's it, on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think we've got over the need for it to be completely polished and completely perfect, and now it's just about, I guess, showcasing. It's not about us, it's about the destinations and the things that we do, really, and that's what we've come to realise. Yeah. So I guess that will help us moving forward, and it's definitely something that we are focusing on now. Yeah.
Great.
Well, guys, there you have it. James and Sarah from The Whole World or Nothing, sharing their travel stories with you today on To the Nations Worldwide Couple Travel Podcast. I want to say a special thank you to our guests, James and Sarah. Final words, final thoughts from the two of you. Where should people check you out? What is the best way to get a hold of you and connect with you guys?
I suppose, I guess the best way is through Facebook. We're quite active on there every day, aren't we? So that's the best place to get us if you want to have a quick chat about something. But if you want to know kind of the more expansive stuff about where we travel and things, I think YouTube's probably one of the best places. That we're going to be continually uploading videos now anyway. So get us on there and have a look at us.
Yeah, you'll be able to see our faces.
Yeah, that's always interesting.
Check out the blog as well. We try and post on a Monday and a Friday, and
that's where the most helpful stuff is on the blog.
We also send out a weekly newsletter on a Saturday as well, which is kind of packed with stuff that we try not to put out elsewhere. So it's exclusive stuff, which is we just keep for our newsletter subscribers.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
It's
been great fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you to all our listeners out there, to the nations worldwide. We cannot express our appreciation enough for listening to today's podcast. Visit us at podcast.tothenationsworldwide.com/EP2. That stands for episode 2 to view the show notes for this particular episode. Leave a comment on the page and we'll be sure to get back to you. If you would be so kind, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. We will make sure to consistently deliver you valuable information about the world of travel. This is Mike Pletz and
Natalie,
hoping you have a wonderful adventure to the nations worldwide.